Oh baby, today on the channel we're back at it with another G.I. Joe Classified series with one of my all-time favorites from the Drednoks. We got Torch.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe Classified series unboxing and review. And today on the channel we got an all-timer, a certified all-timer in Torch, representing the Drednoks. But for all your Torch needs, Drednok needs, and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Big Bad Toy Store. Use the link in the description down below. Support the channel, all that fun stuff. And Torch in stock right now. I got him from Big Bad Toy Store this week, and here we are, ready to unbox this Torch figure. And I said it, Torch, very nostalgic for me. I very clearly remember as a little kid, I was maybe about 6 years old or so. I remember staying with my grandparents for a few weeks in the summer. We were in the process of moving, and I remember stopping and staying at my grandparents. You know all about grandma vehicles. We know all about the grandmas. The grandmas love you, and they're going to spoil you. And that's what we did. We went to the big city. You know, she lived in a little, she and him, my grandpa and my grandma, they lived in a very small farming town. We went to the big city of Fort Dodge, Iowa, home of Crazy Legs from G.I. Joe, keeping it all G.I. Joe related. But we did go to the Kmart on that fateful night, and I think we might have went to Fazoli's. Might have got some breadsticks. Who knows? More on that later. But we did go to Kmart that night, and I got to pick out a G.I. Joe vehicle, and I don't even remember what the vehicle was. That didn't stick with me. However, Torch did stick with me as I got to get the Torch that night, and I was very excited about Torch because, you know, he's got a torch. He's a welding torch. He's all kinds of welding, and I've said it before on the channel. My grandpa was a welder, and my grandpa looks an awful lot like Torch, or I guess I should say he did look. He has passed away. I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. Oh, old Grandpa Ronnie, doing good things. But he was a welder by trade, and he would be welding all the time. He'd always call me Buck. He'd say, Buck, turn your eyes, I'm going to weld. And I'd go like this, and I'd hide in the corner so I wouldn't get the eyes, you know, if you look into the welding torch or whatever. But he was welding all the time, and I remember saying, oh, this guy's a welder too. I'm going to get Torch because of that. I thought it was really cool. And he kind of looked like my grandpa. Then, many, many years later, high school Kyle got involved with a lot of different music he was starting to listen to. One of those, of course, Motorhead. My boy Lemmy, my all-time favorite Motorhead. He also looks a heck of a lot like Lemmy from Motorhead. There's no denying it, and I wonder if there's influence there. Not exactly sure, but whenever I think of Torch, I think back to that summer at my grandparents', and of course I think of Lemmy, and I think of the Drednoks, which I absolutely loved from the get-go as a little kid. So this is crossing off a lot of boxes for me. Absolutely thrilled to have this here, and absolutely thrilled to unbox this on the channel today. And of course, we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And talk about packaging, we got to talk about the packaging on this one, as this is our first trip around the sun, and I just was on another trip around the sun with my birthday, of course. But this is the first style packaging we've got of this, and we're seeing this from Hasbro. Definitely better than the plastic-free packaging of 2024 and 2023, I guess. 2022, end of 2022, whatever it was, that little time frame in there. Now we're in a new generation of, I guess, smaller packaging. So very, very tiny packaging here. Very interesting. I don't hate it. I don't love it yet. We'll see what happens in the future, but the bubble window is there. We got a Torch representing right there, representing the Drednoks. Got the Cobra logo, G.I. Joe. Of course, Torch up there, and it is Torch all day long. There's no mistaking this for anybody else. Looks like 4 and up on this one. 3-year-olds got to get the heck out of here. Mark Summers, you know what to do. Mark Summers, ladies and gentlemen, on the couch as usual. Double Dare's own. Yes, it's true. My personal security here on the channel. But looking good packaging-wise, just a little interesting, a little small as we can't see right here. He is number 123, 123. Got a nice glamour shot of him over there. It's got to be a little infuriating, though, with the G.I. Joe inbox collectors. We've had a lot of packaging changes and ups and downs over the history of the line so far. I got out at the first packaging change, I think it was, in the Double Up Club. Went to just loose, and no regrets on that one there. Usual side stuff, get your QR code out, all that kind of fun stuff over there. Then on the back, unfortunately, new packaging, no file card. Jibber jabber for days. For days down here. And then you get a little glamour shot back there. Anything cool? Got some grape soda going on. You got a little motorcycle action. You got a guitar amplifier back there. I'm here for that. And man, he's got the old leather going on. He's got some studs going on, man. He's looking good. But let's get him out of the package here. And we're going to go in. Not sure how to even unbox him. We're going to go in through the bottom. I've always been the master of going in through the back door. Just a master at it. Let me tell you. See you later. Spider-Man style. Goodbye. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go in through the back door. And it was successful. Another successful trip through the back door right there. Got a little cardboard insert. A little Cobra logo. You can keep that if you want to. Or you can give it the old see you later like I just did there. But oh yeah, Torch. Oh boy, there he is. It's like Kyle's 6 years old all over again. And I remember when I got home that night, my grandpa, you know, had a huge shop, all this kind of stuff. He'd always have wood scraps. And he'd say, Buck, you can go back there, grab some nails, grab some hammers, make something out of the scrap if you want. And I remember making kind of a base out of my G.I. Joes. Working hard on that with some scrap wood, but quite a time, of course. But very cool here. We got a lot of different stuff going on with Torch, and we're going to pop it all out right here. Of course, you got the figure, and it's really cool we get that final piece of the puzzle, of course, with Ripper and Buzzer. I guess I would say the key, the most iconic Drednoks, whatever you want to call it, however you want to classify it as. Those are the ones that set our heart on fire, with Zartan, of course, back in the day. And then, of course, like any good faction, they added more members throughout the years. And I was here for that as well along the way. We got some tape here. What's going on? Why can't I get this out? What are we doing here with this Torch? There we go. All right. And then we got a little flame ball. Very difficult to get Torch out of the package, though. I will say that. I will say that. There it is. See you later up high. Goodbye. All right. Let's get down to business here with Torch. No extra hands, anything like that, but we do got some flame effects. We got a big old flame effect right here. Looking beautiful. Looking like a torch. He's just blasting away. Got that beautiful transparent, translucent effect piece. Looking very nice. And you get another one right here. A little bit different style. Brand new. We've never seen these before. I have to imagine we will see them again in the future. He does get 2 pistol handguns. He's ready to go at a moment's notice. If the propane runs out, he's got some weapons ready to go. All in a silver gray color here. I guess gray color here. Nothing too fancy, nothing too fun right there. It does got a spot for the effect piece on the end. Unfortunately, none of these effects are going to fit on here, so not really made for those anyways, but I thought maybe you could sneak them in. Not going to happen, but they will fit on the torch, the big old torch right here. Love the added attention to detail with the kind of flames going out of this skull. Got the spikes on the top. Very, very cool. Of course, you get this cord. Would imagine this is the exact same cord we got with the Techno Viper. Has to be the same thing. Once again, getting the most out of the molds. You do connect that to there, then you connect it to here, and you're truly off to the races right there on the side. Connects perfectly on there. And then these effect pieces would go on this. And if you're getting Torch and you're fig fed, you're adding him, you're probably going to display him with this weapon. I think you'd have to do that at this point. You got to choose your own flame adventure, though, for him. That's going to be the tough part, but we'll figure it out. We always do. We always do. We do get that backpack here. You do also get a little torch piece right here. We do get the backpack here. 2 propane tanks. Man, if I was a G.I. Joe member, I'd just, be low light or something like that. Just sharpshoot it and just bam one of these things. He'd probably blow up and kill everybody with him. He'd be an easy target, wouldn't he? I don't know. He just got a little yellow bin in the middle there, and it does say Knox Rule, and he did misspell Knox, if he's going off Drednoks spelling at least. So on brand for the Drednoks. They're not the smartest apples in the tree, as we do know, but it is a backpack, fits in G.I. Joe style. We're here for that with our Torch. You got to have that with Torch, of course. But now we're getting down to business here. We're getting down to Torch business. And once again, just looking like Lemmy. I mean, it looks like he just walked out of a Motorhead concert. Off the stage and into the Drednoks' hearts is what he looks like here. Got that beautiful bandana around the top right there. Looks like he's like a biker from the 70s or early 80s or something. Looks good. Looks like he'd be an extra in Dukes of Hazzard back in the day, maybe. Coming through Hazard County. Who knows? But looking good there. I do like the glasses that they're actually molded into the head. I think I prefer Ripper and Buzzer if they would have done it that way. And it is what it is. I guess you'd have to revise history, or maybe if they do a retro card release, they could change that in the future. Who knows? But these look pretty good sculpted. You don't need to worry about them flaming off, falling off on you, or anything like that. Of course, got that Lemmy mustache going on, shaved right there in the middle. Awfully long and shaggy on the sides, but does look good. Also like a young Harley Race. Now, I got to mention Harley Race in that, too. Got a nice skull necklace going on. He does got a dog collar there with some studs around it. Beautiful vest, leather vest going on, all kinds of zippers on it. You got the chain with the skull around the sides. You got those studs on the back like a young Rob Halford off the Killing Machine time. Hell-bent for leather. Shout out Rob Halford. You do got a little band there around the bicep with the spikes on it. Once again, you got a little chain around both arms on the forearms. And then very cool tattoos that I don't believe he originally had in the original figure for sure. Some flames coming up his arms. He's full biker. He's went full biker. He's got those biker gloves on as well, looking good. Got the nice skull and rope. How about chain belt there? When a rope's not enough, you move to the chain belt. That's what you do, and that's what he did here, looking good. Got a little flames on the back pockets back there. I don't know what's going on with that, but he's got flames on the back side there, looking good. 2 holsters on the side. You know we're here for that. He's got those big old boots going on, like almost horse riding boots. But looking very good right there. Of course, articulation can be pretty similar. You get a little bit of butterfly action. Arms going all the way around for us. Bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows. We're here for that all day long. We'll say the skin tone in that middle piece doesn't quite match. So that does take your eyes out of the prize a little bit there, if you ask me. You do get an ab crunch on him. You get the traditional waist as well. Head, back, forth, side to side, up and down, plus a little neck articulation in there. So plenty of articulation there. You get those big old torch splits, a master of the balance beam, as we do know. You do get the drop down hips as well. We're used to that. Thigh cut, nicely hidden behind the holsters there. Double jointed, pinless knees. Those hits continue to be played right here. Boot cut, ankles back and forth, up and down, side to side. All the usual dreadnought articulation. We know it. We love it. We want some more of it. Give me all the dreadnoughts. Give me Zanzibar. Where's Zanzibar? Can we get him? Hopefully we do very soon. But man, oh man, this is playing all the hits for me here. I absolutely love this figure. It's so nostalgic for me, and it's such a cool modern day take on the character. It didn't mess up what brought us to the dance on the original Torch. It added a few things that made it even better. So you know I'm here for this. I absolutely love this Torch figure. And like I said, bring on all the Dreadnoks. I'm a Dreadnought guy. And since I said Dreadnoks, I might as well bring out the rest of the team here. Of course, you got Buzzer just laying it down with a chainsaw, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, as we do know. Of course, Ripper, another amazing one. These are your iconic 3 Dreadnoks, just absolutely game changers in the game back in the day and to this day. Of course, they need their leader Zartan bossing them around, just kind of giving you one of these every once in a while with them. We know how that goes. And then, of course, you got to have Zorana as well. We're building out them Dreadnoks. And we got Naga Hide right here as well, so we'll be unboxing that on the channel. Make sure you do subscribe. You don't want to miss that one. Could be another all-timer. Might even pass Torch. 2 animals? Oh my gosh. I'm going to have a stroke and a heart attack at the same time. I love a Joe that comes with an animal, and you give me 2 animals, and one of them is a monkey. Oh my gosh, they're playing all the hits once again. And speaking of the hits and playing them, how about my boy Lemmy, Super 7 Lemmy, the greatest figure of 2023 if you ask me. Can't wait for the new Lemmy figure, but we're playing all the hits once again in more ways than one with Lemmy and the Dreadnoks. So there it is, my man Torch in action here. An absolutely amazing figure, a must-have pickup, if you ask me at least. But what I'm going to ask you, what are your thoughts on this Torch? Is it a pickup? Is it a pass? Is it a long game? Is it a I'm not so sure game? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over on Patreon. Patreon, best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. I do appreciate all the support over there. You can also hit up ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for Torch, the Dreadnoks, Lemmy, my grandpa, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.